What's good? I go by the name DopeSomething. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back to the channel if you're an OG. Now, I'm here to help y'all address the issue that I personally had, which is one, finding the skins that you unlocked from doing the Battle Pass of 2042 of hitting level 50, as well as the helicopter and aircraft settings to kind of help it get back to how it was in 2042, Battlefield 3, so on and so forth. Now, before we start off, I'm going to show y'all how to get to the skins. So you're going to go over to loadout. It's easier if you go to appearance, but you can do it one by one, which I'll show y'all both. For example, the engineer skin that we got, of course, you have to be on Pax Armada, the faction. You're going to go ahead and click over on the engineer icon, and then you're going to scroll down. As you can see, boom, it's right here. It's on Espadada. The default skin is him, Vedmak. The easier way that I found out doing it is you can go to appearance, which I did not notice before, and it'll show you every single class, because the only way to change obviously the skin is to be in the class. The other skin, which was the recon, as y'all can see here, boom, the recon jump. And then on the NATO side, the end of the skin, so level 50 was the support. Boom, as you can see here, the coyote skin, as well as I believe this was a beta skin right here, is the assault version of coyote. Don't quote me on that, but that's how you get the skins, as well as the same thing works for the vehicles. The free one was the Paxman chopper skin, which is right here, as well as the, I think it was the MP10. Yeah, it was the MB10 on the NATO, which was also another skin that you would have got from the pass. And if you did the beta, boom, your skin is also right here too. Now, let's go ahead and deep dive into these helicopter settings. Now, I'm on console, PS5, so this might be a little different. I'm going to show y'all two very important settings that I think that y'all need to change immediately. First of all, you're going to go over here into edit settings. Okay, so for me, hit triangle. You're going to scroll down. I have my vehicles as well on custom, which I'll retouch on that in a second. You want to put your aircraft and helicopter both on custom. And then after you're on custom, so aircraft would be like jets, go ahead and go into the aircraft pilot control mapping. These ones up top don't matter. The ones that you're going to have to change is the throttle. You're going to change the throttle up and down. I have them on R2 and L2 like it was in the past. You're going to make sure all of your yaws are on your left stick. If you're on mouse, that might be different for you. As well as then your pitches are going to be on your right stick, as well as your free look up and down. Make sure that is also on your right stick, or whatever you want to use to move the main jet. And then with the free look left and right, make sure that is obviously your left stick. Now, your free look can be whatever you like. Same thing with the flight mode, etc. You customize that how you want it. I put my fire on L1 because that's how it's always been for me. Plane zoom, again, doesn't matter. You can put whatever you want, as well as your two activators. Again, those don't really matter. They can be whatever you want. Same thing for the helicraft, which we'll go into that in a setting as well, and I'll just show y'all with the aircraft for the helicopters, because the helicopters for me was the main thing that really was choppy, and then we'll go into the individual settings itself. So you won't have to change any of this, of course, until you get to this part. You want to make sure your throttle up is even your left stick, or you can use R2 and L2. Personal opinion, it's up to you. For me, I made sure all of my pitch and my yaw was the same thing as my jets, my left and right stick. Now, my free look is R1, and the reason that I did not put my throttle up and down as L2 and R2 is for this reason right here. If you want, you can switch it over. Again, personal opinion. Your zoom is going to be for your chopper. Okay. Now, Here's where it can get a little bit tricky. I don't really use the zoom option at all. Again, really depends up to you. Free look is gonna allow you to auto lock with missiles without having to directly look at tanks and stuff, and I'll explain that in a second too as well. But throttle, again, it's really up to you. Now, what I did end up doing, because I forgot to do it before I started, my apologies. My throttle down was L2, but it was overlapping with my zoom, which was also L2. So I just put that down on D-pad. Again, you can put your helicopter zoom to whatever button you want. You're going to be flying, so this really doesn't matter here. It just needed a button to be put down. To the main settings, though, we're going to come down. Of course, we're going to go to helicopters, and then I'll go to jets, aka aircrafts for y'all. The main settings, oops, my bad, I'm fucking up. You want to go to control settings. There you go. Again, your sensitivity and all this can be adjusted based on you. These are my settings. You are free to copy this down and tweak it how you need to. But I keep my point of view as wide as possible on the helicopters, etc. That way you can see as much as possible. It's common sense. It goes hand in hand. The more you can see, the better off you are living, spotting enemy aircraft, so on and so forth. Now, the important setting that you're going to have to turn off, it's up to you. I would highly recommend that you turn it off. Is make sure that the third person aircraft camera roll is off. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is the uniform vehicle aim. I turn mine off. Again, up to you. But when you come down to the vehicle aim input curve, make sure you tune this to Battlefield 4. There are a couple settings or different, sections about which one you want best. I keep mine on BF4. It gives me that fine tuning. This will basically change the way that every single aircraft flies, apart from the actual physics, the physics of the game itself. Of course, you're gonna have to get used to that because they did kind of change a couple things. But overall, this will get it closer to that Battlefield 4, 3 feel that we used to feel. I would also make sure ain't nothing else important to tell y'all. Disable this right here. Motion sensor aim button. Now, I would advise you turn this off. Of course, up to you. It should be off by default. Again, it's up to you, so on and so forth. I also, me personally, is the inverted flight controls. I turn these bitches off. If you are the type of person that likes them, you can use them. I don't like them at all, and I turn them off. Again, personal preference is up to you. Same thing for the aircrafts, aka the jets. My settings, turned them off. The settings will transfer over, or they should, as long as you put them on custom. These are your overall custom settings. So again, same stuff that you see here, and or you can tweak it how you like it. And I will show y'all a little pro tip too. If you do want to test out your actual aircraft settings, what you can do is, this is how I did it personally, is come on over here to play. Obviously, you want to go to community. When you're in community, you're going to hit search experience. Now you can even search what I'm about to show you, or the easier way is to go to browse server. I recommend that you do browse server. It's easier, but you can do the search experience too. So for browse servers, you're just gonna come down here and you're gonna look for any type of helicopter. You can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a couple of different servers that are up, and you can just load into these. Now, they will restrict you from loadouts and so on and so forth, so you can't use guns and stuff. But these will help you hone your aircraft skills as far as flying, getting your sensitivity and everything down to jet. All you're gonna do is basically you spawn into the map. As you can see, you have your jets in this section, your helicopters over here. Now, you're free to go to whichever one you want to practice. We're gonna go to the helicopter to start it off to kind of show y'all what I'm talking about. Yeah, you gotta give me. Oh Lord, you can tell he knew. But you come in here, and as you can see, boom, you just fly. As well as, I think I forgot to tell y'all, is turn off the flying assist off. Let me see if I can find that real quick for y'all. That's another important thing that you have to turn off. And this is in, I believe it's in gameplay. Let me see. Inverted look. Sky. Vehicles. It should be down here. Right here. Turn off the helicopter control assist, because what it does is it automatically basically hovers your helicopter when you're not hitting any buttons. Now, that will get you in trouble, and that's part of the reason that it feels so clunky and off, is because once it stops, back in 2042, it was on about 2 seconds. Now it's immediate. But another thing is I want to talk to y'all about the physics real quick, and that's pretty much it. I'll wrap this up there. Is it should be obvious, but the further off that you have your nose down, the faster that you'll dive into the ground. It should be obvious, but again, that's the difference between how the other ones were based on this one. You see my nose is up. I'm not hitting any buttons, no triggers, no nothing. But it's going up because of the nose. And I'll slowly fall back. So a lot of the problems that you'll realize, it's mainly a part of like your flying. A lot of people are trying to do like this, which you'll dive down expeditiously fast, so on and so forth. So once you get the hang of like your nose control, you'll be perfectly fine. So now we're gonna go into the jets, and I'll show you it works just the same way too. The throttle, of course, is my R2. I hold up to go up. Like I said, if you inverted your controls, you can. The swinging, so like the left and right of my stick, is what controls this. I will say the swinging is a whole lot faster in this. You're gonna have to play with it, and you're gonna have to get used to how fast it'll swing. And I took too long to get back. So you might not get that much of a show. But the left and right of the swing is the main thing that I think is going to take some getting used to. Apart from that, everything else is self-explanatory. It's just, I mean, I'm going to sound like a broken record here. It just takes getting used to. This is a whole new game. Give yourself some lenience. Give yourself some time to practice. It will get easier, I promise. Just, hey, do the best you can. But if you go to first person, obviously you can see how fast like the rotation is. This looks like in first person. But in third person, this is what you're doing. Like you're literally throwing your jet in a circle. So it does kind of look weird, and it might feel a little bit off. And I'm about to kill myself again. All right. Y'all get the overall gist of what I was saying. Best of luck to y'all. I hope that y'all have smoother experiences with flying the aircraft and stuff. I hope that this helps you get back to whatever you were at as far as battlefield flying and vehicles went. I go by the name DopeSomething. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and tell me if this helps you or not. And if you do have any better tips, definitely go ahead and leave them in the comment section. So I'll quickly show y'all that real quick in case y'all care. Of course, you already know about the controller. Edit. And then I changed my sensitivity to 45. I don't really remember what it was on default. Field of view, I would say you want your field of view as high as possible. I play at 113. I feel like that's the sweet spots where you can see enough, but it's not way out for close range fights and long range to see targets. The vertical ratio, 45. The zoom sensitivity coefficient, I play on 178. This just changed how fast you can kind of snap while you're actually aiming down the sights of your gun. I left the infantry aim sensitivity, slow down, zoom snap, left that all at 100. And I changed the stick input acceleration actually to Battlefield 2042 because I like that a little bit more. But of course, pick which one you kind of want to play with. And the main reason I switched it for this is for the aim left and right acceleration at 50%. I feel like 100 was way too much. 0 obviously didn't help me at all, and 50 was like the sweet spot for me. As well as these are just the basic settings, of course. These are preference wise. The main thing is down here. I put my infantry zoom sensitivity, which is obviously the sensitivity while you're actually aiming, to 100. Obviously, I think this is default. But what I did do is I tweaked all of the scope sensitivities and I dropped them. Usually they're at 100. I dropped them to 90 until I went to the higher specs. So like 3 all the way to 10. Oh, well, 3 all the way to 4, my bad. I dropped that 85 because the further zoomed in you are, you want a little bit less sensitivity. You know, it helps with like your snapping and so on and so forth. It helped me. I hope it helps y'all as well. The 5, 6, 8, and 10 I just left out of regular because you'll probably be sniping with those type of scopes anyway. So you really won't even be close. Interaction, I would highly, highly recommend that y'all prioritize your interaction because you don't want to be trying to get in the vehicle or next to a door and you're reloading your gun first. Can get you killed. It got me killed a couple times. So I switched mine on to prioritize the interaction. The rest of this obviously doesn't really fucking matter in all honesty. So you tweak it how you want. Um, and yeah, so those are my settings and my sensitivity. I hope like I said, hope this helps y'all out.